Why do we wait so long for this one?
Because it took a long time to finish. We didn't wait. We had to make you wait. I apologize. But we finished touring on Sing the Sorrow and immediately started writing December Underground, which took about a year to write and a year to record. And so as soon as we felt that it was completed, we released it.
So, I mean, you did a lot of touring, is that right?
Yeah,
because I read somewhere that you've done a lot of touring.
Yeah, we toured for about 14 months on Sing the Sorrow.
Christ, 14 months?
Yeah, long
Is
time.
that like round the world twice? Or?
Yeah, approximately.
Okay.
Yeah. Should I be addressing you or you?
Just you can chat to me. That's
okay.
Yeah, you can the camera. Okay. Tell us, what was it that you hoped to achieve from this album? Was there anything specific?
Nothing specific other than we wanted to make a record we were proud of. We wanted to advance artistically and move forward. We were really happy to sing the song. We wanted to do something different, something more grand.
Something more grand?
Yeah, we definitely wanted to do that.
Kind of describe grand. Is that musically grand or sort of thematically grand? Or?
There you go. You got it. Musically, thematically, aesthetically, we wanted it to have a big feel without losing moments of intimacy, which I think we've achieved.
Yeah, because I mean, we have a thing also about death by Pro Tools. Like you can lose a lot of the soul in the machine.
Yeah, definitely.
You got organic richness.
I think we can achieve. I think we can achieve both. I mean, certainly it doesn't sound like a lo-fi record by any means. I mean, it sounds like a very big, rich, grind record. But I don't think it lost any of the intimacy, any of the true feel of the songs.
Cool. Okay. Also, you guys are known for making like big stylistic leaps. Maybe in part because of gaps between albums. What do you think is the stylistic sort of musical leap between Sing Sorrow to this one?
I mean, it's hard to put into words. I mean, it's definitely a different record. If you listen to December Underground and listen to Sing the Sorrow, they're markedly different, which, as you said, is the case for each release that we put out. It's a larger sounding record, as we were discussing earlier. I think it's more focused in the songwriting. I think there's intricacies in the songs. Vocally, I'm doing a lot different vocally as well as lyrically, and there you go. There's a lot of differences.
Okay. And were any of those sort of conscious, and how much was accidental? Like, oh, that's quite good.
I mean, it's mostly like that. It's mostly what you described. It's not quite accidental, but when we write and when we record, we gravitate towards works that are different for us and that are fresh and new, and those are inspiring to us. So that is what drives us to create records that sound different from one another, because when we write something or come up with something that seems too reminiscent of something we've done in the past, it's not exciting for us. It's like, this is okay. It's kind of like, this seems like it could be on Art of Drowning. Although the record's changed drastically, for the most part, I think with the instance, for instance, December Underground, I think anyone that appreciated Sing the Sorrow would appreciate December Underground. So if you stick with us step by step, I think that you're always, or likely to be okay with the changes. I mean, if you look at December Underground and you haven't listened to it since 1994, then you're not going to like it. Well, I mean, that's my personal argument. Yeah. If you've grown since 1994 as well, then maybe you will. But it's because the changes are gradual and appropriate, if you will. I mean, there's certainly bands that we get into and we change as people as time goes on. We listen to all sorts of different things, but nothing musically really directly influences what we write. I mean, we sort of write in a bubble attached, and I mean, really what influences most is us, our working with each other and working off each other. And, a lot of bands have that direct influence where they say, we all we listened to was Bowie, or all we listened to was Beatles' White Album before we wrote this. And it was a direct inspiration, but it just doesn't work that way for us. I can see how it would for other people, but that's just not who we are.
Okay. So, does technology kind of influence a lot? Because when you're in the studio, and if you've got the luxury of spending a lot of time in that, and you're like, oh, I like this sort of twitty noise and this, and you can see that a lot in Muse's stuff, new stuff.
I mean, definitely as music advances and technology advances and instruments advance, that will affect music in general. If you're willing to work with those new tools, Jade's an amazing programmer. He's been programming for at least 6 years now, and so that has an influence in that respect. That it broadens our palette. At that time, we're talking about the luxury of being in the studio, broadens our palette. simply, if only to allow us time to do what we want to do.
And after as many albums as you guys, it's 7th album, December?
This is our second, yeah.
How come you kind of haven't exhausted whatever it is that inspires you? You know, I mean, even Oasis, like 2 albums, God, we've got nothing to write about, we can't write songs anymore. You know what I mean? And they were gutted because they thought they'd always write those amazing songs. So how come?
I think there's been a lot of things along the way that have attributed to that. I mean, we've had band member changes that, contribute to the sound hugely. I mean, I don't know why they're all looking at me. With each new band member addition, the band became rejuvenated until we got to the lineup now, which is the most solid lineup we've ever had. And artistically, we've really become comfortable with each other, and so there's that. We always are changing what we do to some extent, so that's always exciting to go into writing and say, okay, we're going to do something new, we're going to do something different, let's see what it's going to be. And it's always a surprise to us because, like I said before, we don't have a pointed style of writing. We don't have a direct direction that we want to go in, so we just sit down and see what's cool. So all that, and just, we love doing this. So
that must be quite exciting, though. Again, actually reading the Aerosmith book, we practiced the songs of the album, 9 tracks, practice and go to the studio and record them. Is it less like that, but in the studio the songs kind of get to take form a bit more, or is it that you definitely have, your songs down and you go to the studio and record them?
We do what Aerosmith does.
Oh, really?
Like, we're the same thing. Some of those will already be integrated in there, and we'll play them we'll play them while we rehearse off the computer.
Oh, of course, yeah. So. Okay, just quick, I think I've got the minutes from Matt. Tell us why we should buy the new album.
Because I love it. Because I'm really proud of it, and I think a lot of people could enjoy it. I think if you're a music